Good morning and welcome back to the LAMDA log. This is week 5, day 2, Tuesday, the 2nd of June. And I got a little bit to talk about, but I didn't do a lot, if that makes sense. It'll make sense. So first, I had a meeting with my thesis advisor at 8:45 in the morning, just over like a Microsoft Teams meeting, like digitally. And my guy's name is Nick Holden. And so I'm just going to write down my notes about the meeting. So it's still a bit close. It's still a bit dense. That's the word. It's still a bit dense, but we've stripped a lot, and we can strip a little more. And just because it's a dense textual thing, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. The ending is bordering on didactic, so there's no need to overfeed the audience. My last little monologue is very much just, this is exactly how I feel, kind of a thing. And so he thinks that I can strip that down and leave more audience interpretation to be had. Are we offering too much that we can imply much more through the performance? And then structurally, it is in a great place. And now I need to get it up on its feet. He said that the voice of God has been handled really sensitively. And there's two elements that he kind of is thinking about. Is one is the value of the prologue, like what's the point with the Bible and kind of this Christian imagery that he felt wasn't resolved. And I said how I come back to it at the end, and then he said that kind of addresses that. And then the second is the role of the player, right? Nick read him from kind of a game perspective, like when I did it, when I meant it more from a theatrical standpoint. So it got him thinking about like the gamification of politics and the internet and affecting the internet's effect on pushing Christianity to its extremes. And so I had the thought of potentially having the Patriot writing this out on a laptop, except for his hands are going to be all bloody. I might not do that. Anyway, but that's an idea that he could be bloodying the keyboard as well. If I could get like a cheap, well, we'll see. But to have it be like a post, like a manifesto for his political murder, and then also like review the audience, the player's monologue. Review that last monologue. The player's monologue gives the audience more ability to have interpretation, right? Trust the audience. And how can I say these things without such direct dialogue? Trust myself more that the play has said this better. I don't need to spoon feed this to the audience. The technique is to rewrite it from memory multiple times to get to the core without the exposition, and then find the essence without the excess. I like that. Think about how the king and the conquistador approach and justify this violence, right? Is it gain? Is it personal, or as a country, right? And how can I differentiate the king, the conquistador, and the patriot? And then good work. I should be pleased. I'm in a perfect place for where I am right now. I just need to get on its feet and start figuring things out. So following up our next two meetings, we have an hour and a half left. So I'm going to get it up on its feet, and we'll have 45 minutes for me to show him kind of what I've devised there. And that'll be like sometime in 2 weeks. And then final tweaks, which will be like the week before the performance. And then I'll send him the dates for these two meetings soon. And then we had rehearsal with Bo's Stratagem. And I wasn't called today, which was great because we were supposed to be off book. And I have been struggling with my bow lines because I've been focusing on everything else. So that was a tender mercy. So I went to the cemetery and I ran my lines a bunch, and then I got exhausted. So I laid down on a bench and I started falling asleep. And then I went to the back to school, and I fell asleep on the couch for like an hour and a half. And then I ran lines with a bunch of people, and it was great. And then we had a meeting with Jane Anderson, who is our kind of industry professional here at school. She's a casting director by profession, though she spends most of her time at the school helping us. But the point of the meeting was it was a professional prep for the induction to the UK industry. So the best sources for PMA is to follow good rules and meet on an industry standard. I don't remember what PMA means, but it's important. A lot of agents have specific emails to send your specific information, so find that email and reach out to them individually and personally. IMD Pro is a great source for direct emails. The CGD, the Casting Director Guild, is a site, and it's currently being refurbished, so it's down at the moment, but it is also a great place to reach out to casting directors. Check specific pages, like if agents or casting directors have their own personal websites, because everyone's a little bit different, but there's general things that are accepted. And then start researching agents and who they represent. Is there an ethos for them that you like, and do you like the certain projects that people that they represent are working on, and do you like it, right? If you're emailing, they like to know the reason why you were emailing them. So make it a little personal. So kind of just like a little bulleted list is give them a short intro. You don't have to say why you got into acting, just a little bit about yourself. Why you're emailing them, it's an invitation to a show or our showcase, details about the show, a link to the performance times, tell them how to book tickets. They can book through Box Office for free. We are all assets, right? So we all have assets. So what are they? What are our special skills, right? Can we juggle? Can we do something that might grab their attention or be interesting? Why do they want to represent you? And then make it personal. Often agents won't respond like 89% of the time, but they might still come. So don't get offended if they don't respond. That's just how it is. Target theater casting directors, especially. They don't come to the shows as much, but they do come to the showcases. So the show and showcases are close together, so it gives you a nice 1-2 email to do. So email about the shows and then do a follow-up about the showcase and say, yeah, my showcase is coming up. I'll send you more info when it's closer to it. And then casting directors don't need to be buttered up. You don't need to be like brown nosing. You need a thumbnail and like your spotlight link with a digital references, reels, fights, etc. What do you have? What digital assets do you have to show on your spotlight? Don't lie. They see through it. Don't just say, oh, you are my favorite person ever because of this and this and that. No, they get schmoozed all the time, and they see through it. If the email address isn't easily accessible, don't hunt it down. They don't want to be contacted. Some people are very successful and they don't need to be contacted. The visual things will catch eyes more, right? The thumbnails, which is like your headshot, spotlight, all those things. Our LAMDA profiles are not yet live, but they're being reviewed. Time it so that it's a month or 3 weeks ahead of the performances, so it gives them that notice and that ability to prepare for the show. Also, if they can't buy tickets yet or can't get the information, then it's no point on emailing them yet. Don't put a name in the subject heading, and don't start with "my name is." Your name is in your email. Everything's there, right? Make sure that the sender's name is the same as your professional name, Zion Austin. Send these from your LAMDA emails first to show that you're like a LAMDA grad. And if they respond, you can switch to your personal email. Email during working hours, not first thing on a Monday or last thing on a Friday. Those are the worst times and the busiest times for them. So best is like the morning on a Tuesday through Thursday. And then a good title heading for an email is LAMDA grad invite to show. Right? Not exactly that, because you don't want to have the exact same thing as all your cohort, but something along those lines. Direct to the point. It says what the email is about. Don't try to make it interesting. Keep it straightforward. Keep it informative. Don't put details in the heading, right? Don't say like 30-year-old, handsome, 6'1", any of those things, right? Don't second guess what's going to work. You're never going to know. Just be yourself. There are always industry tickets available, so don't worry if a show says it's sold out. They always reserve seats for industry, which is cool and exciting. Marketing sends out a mass invitations and email. So like all the big theaters, casting directors and agents will be invited to our showcases and our performances. So us inviting them is just an added thing. It shows that we are just a personal touch to it. Don't respond with thank you the day after. That's desperate. Respond and invite them to the showcase in a couple days. If there is an interest, we will hear from Jane, and if we will contact them six. Yeah, so if there's interest, the casting directors or agents will contact Jane, and then she will contact us and then we will reach out to them to schedule a meeting. If agents contact us directly, let Jane know. Jane can let us know if they're dodgy, and can also add it to her database because she keeps track of all these things. And then we can encourage. We are encouraged to meet with everyone so that we can make an informed decision. We don't have to say yes, and they don't have to extend an offer. But meetings are to see if we are right for each other. Showcases have more industry engagement. International visas are strict. You cannot be engaged on any project before you have your graduate visa, and you have to get your grades back from graduation before you can get your visa. Wait to reach out until the website shows the details are up and ready for your showcases and your shows or whatever. You can leave people hanging for a few weeks before signing, and you can wait these things out. Graduate visas take up to 8 weeks, but it usually takes a few weeks. You could pay it expedited for £500 if there is a job coming, right? If you like know you have a job, you can expedite it. It's like £500 would be offset by the work. It's just your personal decision. And then if you're doing the MFA, you can get a great and you get a great offer. You could delay the F portion, say, I'm going to take this job right now and come back and finish the F portion. Use any contacts you may have, right? This is how relationships are born. This is how things happen. It's beneficial to be a member of Equity Union, but it's not necessary in the UK. It doesn't matter if we email the same people as the school is emailing. It gives a personal touch. It's worth doing a company email for casting directors. Allocate one to email on behalf of all the students. And then this is all so stressful for me. I don't like this part, but it's important. I just wrote my thoughts because this is the stuff that feels like super important. Like it all depends about how you are able to schmooze people, but in the right way, and how you can do this and that. And it just not my favorite, but that's okay. Yeah, so that was the day. Now I am off for Wednesday morning. So straightforward. Yeah, I wasn't working with Vicky at all today. I'm just working on memorizing. And now I have two things, because I have the Sam West workshop where I'm doing a scene from The Importance of Being Earnest. So got that coming up. Anyway, hope you have a wonderful day. Life, time, smile, change your life for the better. Love.